Hi guys, another great question. This one from Mighty Mouse 68. And the question is, non-disclosure agreement. Do you think it's essential for every employee person in contact with the company's info to have this signed on the outset? Yes, 100%. And there are so many examples I can give to you about, things that have gone wrong because people trust. There's nothing wrong with an agreement. I have people I've been in partnership with decades, people who I've done business with for years, and when we do things together, we do two things. One is we always get the right documentation in place, and the second thing is we let our partners know about it so that in the event of that person dying, there is a continuation of that intention through legal documents. So let me give you some kind of situation that I've advised on. On at least 2 or 3 occasions, a coder, a company has hired a coder to do something, usually with some kind of database or to make some kind of bespoke software. And the company that employed them never took the time to have a non-disclosure agreement or make an agreement laying out what's expected. And usually the expectation is if you hire a coder, everything that coder or that member of staff does whilst they're employed by you or that project belongs to you. And what has happened on occasion is that the project has taken off, it's become very successful, and then the coder says, I own that. And do they own it? It can get very complicated and it can become very expensive. Nobody cares if you try something and it doesn't work, but if you do try something and it becomes successful, that's when you need to rely on the agreement if people start to disagree. The other thing is it also lays out the terms, it kind of what is the expectation. You can have, especially if you're working with outsourced people from different culture, they may have a different expectation from what you think. And if you have a piece of paper or a document or use DocuSign or whatever you use, laying out what the expectation is or what the service level agreement is, it can clear up a lot of misunderstandings. But there also has been occasions where people intentionally have worked with companies and then try to leverage that position by saying, look, all of the intellectual property really came from me. This person is the main shareholder, or this person is the owner. We know and understand that, but we have contributed X, and therefore we want X of the profits. So it just makes good business sense. Just like accounting and numbers as a language of business, the agreements are the structure and framework. That's how a lot of things are done in business, is so that everybody knows what is happening. Also, confidentiality. There may be, people might have access to accounts, they might have access to intellectual property. You don't want them going to another company and taking it with you. You don't want them taking your database, your email lists, or documents or standard operating procedures that you've labored over for years, and then they take them. So a lot of that can prove, a good non-disclosure agreement, a good basic agreement can stop a lot of that. So yes, to answer your question, I'm in favor of it. And it's more unusual now for people not to have it than it is for people to have it. Because the way I have most of my agreements done is I use an electronic signature. I use a company called DocuSign. I'm not associated with them. But as soon as somebody joins, they can just go there, have a look at it, and then sign electronically. And then it lets them know also that you're professional. So I hope that helps. Don't forget to subscribe and like and leave some feedback. Thanks for listening.